Hello, Internet. Welcome to episode 221 of AWSM Comedy Radio, where we interview different actors, writers, celebrities, and more. Tonight we have a special guest, Elizabeth Hatton. We'll talk about her later, and they're going to play a really stupid game. Candace, you look sad.
AWSM Radio.
Sam, that was good.
Hello, welcome to AWSM Radio,
Well,
episode something, season
221,
something,
right?
season
25.
29.
This is our 25th season.
25th
congratulations.
season.
Well, just this, we decided, round of
Thank
applause.
you guys. Thanks,
we-
everybody. That means a lot.
It
It took a long time
Almost
to get
been
to
doing this
29.
as long as The Simpsons.
The last episode was, I think, season 9, but we just do whatever we want. So now we're on season 25.
Yeah.
So there's all these hidden episodes which will never be released. Just like Leonard Part 6, that movie
What is
with Bill Cosby. So there was never Leonard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They just released a movie called Leonard Part 6.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yeah, you shouldn't. All right. So Elizabeth Hatton is our special guest tonight. We're going to talk to her in just a little bit, but now it's time for my favorite segment that we've ever done ever. Now it's time for a Tom post.
Everything's better when Tom posts. Everything's better when Tom posts.
Like compost.
This one's a doozy.
All right. So, premise of a Tom post is
No, you need to set this up.
I need to set it up.
Set it up and knock it out.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, Nick. Because
Yeah.
one time I didn't set it up and it was a disaster.
Yeah.
So this time I'm setting
Yeah, I
it
love
up.
the love and support here. Knock it out, Tom.
The premise of a Tom post is I sell things on the internet. And this is the ad that I'm going to post on Craiglist.
It's time to land.
Oh, you
All right.
Stop flying away.
You haven't done it yet? You haven't posted it yet? I
No,
thought
I always actually I probably won't post this on Craigslist.
Probably.
Because I forget. I'm lazy.
Okay.
But the idea is I'm going to post this on Craigslist. All right. So, body parts for sale. Are you aching for a new ankle? Having trouble trying to find the trustiest teeth? Can't carry on with your old carotids? Then come to me for all your body part replacement needs. A friend of mine sold his kidney for $1,000, and that gave me an idea. I'm selling my body parts at reasonable prices. That's right. Now you can buy an arm and a leg without it costing you very much at all. These prices are so low you'll think I lost my mind. But I didn't. I sold it. And I know what you're saying. Tom, this is dangerous. Well, I'm not listening to your warnings. Because I sold my ears, too. So come buy my terrific tendons, my hearty heart, or some fingernail clippings. Or if it's hair you need, well, I can't help you there. But I've got plenty of scalp. You've tried the rest. Now try my chest.
Everything's better when Tom
Oh, that
posts.
was the end.
Everything's better when Tom posts.
End with a bang.
Like compost.
Well, Tom's chest always has a really big bang. I don't know where I'm going with this joke.
So, Tom's chest, let's workshop this together, shall we?
Yeah, let's workshop it right now, because that's what matters.
Bang my chest?
Yeah, have you ever done a chest bump with another man?
Of course.
Yeah. I did that to confuse one of my heterosexual friends, because he was walking into the bar, and I was like, I want you to play his entry music. And they're like, what's his entry music? I was like, I don't know, play that song by Lens, Steal My Sunshine, which I knew he
by Len,
hated.
right?
Lens, whatever. You just talked about body parts. But he walked into the bar, and I just made someone play that song, and then I got as bro-y with him as I could and walked up, and I was like, what's up, man? What are you doing? Did you catch the game? And, gave him a chest bump, and he looked so confused.
Yeah.
It was so great. Elizabeth, what is the most confusing moment in your life that you can remember?
Segue.
The most confusing moment in my life.
Yeah, let's go there.
Oh my gosh.
Or just a random confusing moment at work or at school or in an interview where you just felt dumbfounded.
Yeah, but if it's not the most confusing moment, we'll know.
I will. Look at all these gadgets around here. One of these things definitely reads confusion levels.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Smell a lie.
The smell a lie.
the smell of lie. Trump getting elected, honestly, is
Right.
probably the most confusing
So
thing.
confusing. So
Back to
confusing.
issues.
That and religion, like those two things, like those, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's just delve into the politics. So, Rory Moore, no more. We
Rory
talked about
Moore?
that. Well, whatever his name. I don't
Roy.
care about that person. I said Rory.
You just said Rory again.
Roy.
Okay,
That's
that
okay.
was right. Roy.
It's like rural juror.
I am from Tennessee.
Roger.
I'm from Tennessee, and if I need a pen to write some down, I need a pen. You know what I need. You don't need to correct me and say it's a pen. It's a pen. I'm from Britain.
Okay, we got some support in the audience.
Support in the audience. But yeah, I mean, we talked about fear earlier, and like I think that that's just part of what we have to deal with in America right now is to know that there is going to be this ongoing fear and sense of hopelessness, and how do we get out of this, and what is the next step? And we can't get bogged down by fear because we shouldn't allow it to control us. We should be able to grab it and use it like a sled and whoosh, get those reindeer going so that we get to the next house to drop off the next gifts and continue to make people happy and feel loved. So
It's Christmas time too.
yes, it is Christmas time. And if you can't tell, I am in the fucking spirit. I put up a tree for the first
So
time
proud of his tree.
in 3 years. Not because I believe in like anything other than how pretty trees can be if you decorate them. And I like that. So tell me a little bit about this hopeful blooming tree of a foundation that you want to tackle in the next 10 to 20 years of your life, because I think that's a beautiful goal. And I like that you said that in the previous episode with 220 when Patrick was on. I like how you said that you were taking it slow, because I feel like as Americans we feel like, oh, everything has to be now, everything has to be now, fast, fast, fast. It doesn't always work that way. So talk to me about your process.
Well, I had started writing a proposal for a foundation last year, and I had been thinking about it for a really long time. I did community work when I was a teenager on the south and west sides of Chicago, and it's always been something that's been there, always in the back of my mind. And when I moved back to Chicago for school, it just kind of really came back to me, especially after I graduated. So I was thinking about, I was very privileged to go to a great school, to an art school, and we had world-class facilities. And I taught there for a middle school fashion class last year, and then immediately following that, I taught at the Boys and Girls Club. And the contrast between the resources and the management and
Night and day.
it was just completely, it was insane. And even the size of the class that I had and the support that I had behind me was completely different. And I currently live on the south side. I live in South Shore, and I slowly moved that way in the last year through a lot of different places. But I positioned myself there so that I could become part of the community. And I think what happens with a lot of foundations is there's assumptions that happen that are just not true. And so they falter because they're set up too quickly. They get a lot of fanfare. They get a lot of funding immediately and a lot of fundraising. And there's a lot of energy that goes into that initial burst.
The initial burst.
And then the reality sinks in that, you know, people who need help, they need help. I mean, this is not about having a gala every year. It really isn't. You know, it's about what I want to do is to bring those facilities to people in those neighborhoods, and enable people to stay and live there with world-class facilities as community centers that they can use. A lot of places like the Boys and Girls Club are wonderful for what they function as, which is to keep kids safe off the streets.
Right.
But I want to do more than that, and I think it's very possible to create these places of learning that will help kids who are not getting necessary, and also to train teachers. And I mean, there's a whole lot of programs I want to run through that, where I want to kind of help people empower themselves. And eventually I want the foundation to be taken over by people that live in the community. I don't plan on being the head of the foundation for very long, maybe for a decade or so, just to make sure that people get trained properly. And
And then you have the right person to take over
Exactly.
when it comes time
or
to
right people,
Yeah.
and build, a network of checks and balances for people. And eventually, I want there to be kind of an exchange program, because I think one of the things that Trump did that, or I should say, he revealed, the election revealed the ugliness that's actually underlying in a lot of people, and that someone referred to it once as turning the rock over.
Yeah.
And
Seeing what's underneath.
And seeing what's underneath. And so the polarization that's happening in our country right now, it's a lot about misunderstanding, I feel. And so what I want these programs to do is I want to build an exchange program with rural and urban communities. So people from rural Illinois would come to Chicago, and an exchange program with somebody from Englewood or Woodlawn, or just anywhere anywhere in the city, and maybe it's a group of people from all the different neighborhoods in Chicago that go into this one community in Wisconsin or wherever. And so that's kind of the end goal, is to be able to try to bring understanding in a safe way. And it's going to take a lot of work, because it really has to be thought through.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the long haul.
Oh, Elizabeth, you're such a beautiful person. Like, let's give her a round of applause, because I remember you at one of our previous recordings, and I don't know what your belief system is, or if you have one or whatever, but this reminded me of a story that happened to me on Saturday, because I've only been to the South Side a couple of times, and I don't remember which specific neighborhood that I was in, but I just remember the energy being very different, just extremely different. And because prior to the show, I shared with you like the experience that I shared with most of you, the experience like walking outside of Nix on Wilson, seeing these two guys hop out with AK-47 assault rifles and having to go back inside of the bar. Like, that just happened a week ago.
This
And,
is a crazy story that you basically mentioned briefly in the
Yeah.
last episode, but now you're giving more information here.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Right,
Crazy.
but that's not, because I don't want to dwell on something that scary that happened, but I got into an Uber because I'm a teacher also. I work with children through a performing arts program, and I got into an Uber, and she was like, Mr. Nick. And it was a mom whose children had started in the program about
your Uber driver?
Yes, was my
Wow.
Uber driver. And I hadn't seen her in about 3 years, and we just got to shooting the shit. Like, I was saying the word shit, and she was saying, we were like being adults, like not censored, like corporate thoughts. So when I told her this story, she was like, I live on the South Side. And it was such a reality to me that something that I've encountered 2 or 3 times living in Chicago over the course of 10 years, they encounter on a regular basis. And it was a jarring reality to think we have created this. We have created pockets of poverty where children grow up in poor neighborhoods. They go to poorly funded schools. They get an undervalued education and have to deal with all of their peers that are also dealing with these fear-driven and hate-driven senses of what's going on around you and how that affects the neighborhood and how that affects the job that they get. And it just perpetuates itself. And we've
Right.
allowed it to happen. And I think what you're doing is wonderful. And I hope that there are more people that step up to the ranks and start doing what should have been done 30 to 40 to 50 years ago, and that we get out of this, because we can. Because the last little note that I want to share with like kids, I play this game with kids called the emotional slate, where they have to introduce themselves in a very neutral way, and then they have to perform the slate doing an emotion. Like they, like, oh, cold, or like angry, or jealous, or happy. And so one day, one kid, and I'd never had a kid call out hate to be on the board, But I was teaching them how to play opposites because someone was like love, and then someone was like hate. And so when that little kid had to come up and perform their emotional slate as someone in an emotional state of hate, they were like, my name is this, and I am this years old, and and I just had a revelation where it reminded me that that's not something that's intrinsic to our nature. It's something that we're taught. We're either taught in our schools or from given circumstances or from whatever surroundings we encounter. We're taught to hate. It's not innate to our being a human. And so...
And it's almost always based in fear. I mean, it goes back to that.
It goes back to that, and it is full cycle. Speaking of full cycle, I got really heavy. I'm sorry. I got my heavy cycle going on. It's a heavy flow day. A heavy flow day. But we're going to turn it around.
All right, let's turn
and we're going to play a game. Did you like how I did that? Did you like how I did that?
Real
You're light on your sound cue, boy.
I want the quote. You can't handle the quote. There we go. Wait,
So, I think you got to balance it out. You got to have some
all right.
sauce with your...
Just go.
Okay.
I'm going to
There's no good analogy. There's a what food combination... No, never mind. Anyway.
Opposite shake side by side shake.
Your sweet and your sour together,
like an amaretto sour.
Yeah.
Sriracha and mayo is what I heard from the audience.
What's sriracha and mayo?
The spicy mayo that's on
and
all of your sushi.
Let's propel this. But where's the propellant?
Okay. So this is the mayo to the sriracha. It's a game called You Can't Handle the Quote, where we will do bad impressions of famous movie quotes, and it'll be your jobs one at a time to guess what the movie was and what the name of the actor who delivered the line was. You get 1 point for each. If you get the movie, then you get a shot at naming the actor. If you don't get the actor, your competitor will have a chance to name the actor as well. So you could get 2 points per round. And we're playing to however many points I feel like. Questions?
Is there a prize for this or no?
Yeah.
A
Bragging
vigorous
rights?
high five.
Bag of wine.
Oh, yeah. This bag of wine that's
climb up
hanging
to the back
above
of
my
it.
head.
Do you have a straw for that bag?
Yeah.
Just got a pin that you can poke it with.
And it's
then
not like a
suckle the Ziploc
Francia bag of wine. It's
No,
an
it
actual
is literally a
Ziploc bag
Ziploc
of wine.
All right. So, Patrick, the first quote for a potential 2 points. Tom, why don't you hit us with that quote?
Merry Christmas, you wonderful old building alone.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, no. Oh, negative points.
She stole it.
Negative points. You can't steal like that. You got to take
Wait,
turns.
no, Patrick. If Patrick guesses right, the movie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Patrick
so
didn't
Patrick,
guess wrong yet. So Patrick, what do you think
what
the movie is?
do you think it was?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Very good. All right,
Patrick,
who is the actor?
Who is the actor?
Not a clue.
All right,
now
a
you can
chance
go
to
for it.
steal.
Now you can steal.
Can I go to zero now?
No.
Jimmy Stewart.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's 1 to 1
digging-
currently.
I'm digging this
1 to
teamwork
1.
Good ratio
and this
for a
equal
lot of
distribution
drinks.
of points.
All right, for potential 3 points, Elizabeth, you're going to go first. Mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it.
But a kiss can be even deadlier if you mean it.
Potential 3 points. 2 actors, 1 movie. Got to name the movie first.
I have no idea.
You can pass?
Wait, can you do it again?
Yeah,
All right.
sure. And I'll add to the impression so it's more obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
go for it, Logan.
Mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it.
But a kiss can be even deadlier if you mean it.
Oh my God. Oh.
What I got from that is you just aged 70 years.
But I did say...
Yeah, that was a clue. That was a clue.
Meow.
No? You want to pass?
You're
Or guess. You can guess, too. Guess a movie.
Or you can guess the actors.
No,
No, you got to get the movie first.
Oh, well, whatever with your
Several.
rules.
Pass.
All right, Patrick?
Patrick?
So given the cat meow, I'm going to say Batman?
Wait,
Ooh.
well, keep going.
Which Batman?
Yeah.
The Dark Knight?
No.
No.
I have no idea.
It's Batman Returns.
Batman
Returns. That means
with
Michelle
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Who I'm
Mr.
sorry.
You made it sound
Kitty.
more like Eartha
Mr.
Kitt.
Kitty, I feel
I'm
so much
sorry,
yummer
Eartha
right
Kitt.
now. Yummier right
okay.
now.
Michelle
All right.
Pfeiffer's my favorite.
It's 1-1 still. We move on to the next quote from Tom for a potential 2 points. Patrick, you get to guess first.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You might want to take your earplugs out if you're listening to this, or get them slightly away from
You
your
might want to back off the microphone
Back
a
up,
little bit if you're gonna. Yeah.
Okay. Santa! Oh my God, Santa here? I know him.
Oh, that's an easy one. Elf.
Yeah.
Elf for
very
1
good.
point, and the actor
Will Ferrell.
Yes.
2 points. Swept the round. Patrick leads 3-1. All right, next quote. Elizabeth guess first.
You get first.
I
First
can
one.
first.
I'm not a pervert. I was just looking for Turbo Man doll.
Okay, can I go?
Yeah.
Jingle All the Way.
Very
Yeah,
good.
for 1 point, and the actor.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, they're taking it
That's
easy
a
on
tie
us because
game
you were
now.
so bad for the first two.
2 points for that.
Well, first,
3-3.
the second one.
Next quote for Patrick first, Nick.
And when Alexander saw the breadth of his domain, he wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer.
I like that delivery. That was even slower than the original, I think.
It was.
Slightly.
I'm gonna. Everyone else in the room is kind of like, I know this and I don't. So
Maybe. These are tough.
Okay.
Hint: Christmas movie.
Still
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know.
Might not be as if you don't know it.
The
then
Grinch?
it's a horrible hint.
That is incorrect.
If you know it, it's
With a
great
chance to steal for 2 points, Elizabeth, what movie do you think that was?
Yeah, sure.
And when Alexander saw the breadth of his domain, he wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer.
It's a Christmas movie?
Mhm.
Yeah, but you don't think since you don't know it, you don't think it's a Christmas movie.
You don't think it's
Action Christmas.
Okay, that's enough clues.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, it's
Oh,
Yeah, Patrick, you could steal again.
and in 5, 4, 3. Time constraints hurt people.
Time constraints.
What?
Nick, what was it?
It's Die Hard. Alan Rickman,
Like,
the
when
late
you said-
Alan Rickman.
Yeah,
I
when you
tried
said
to
like
do
Christmas
justice.
movie that's not a Christmas movie, I said I just thought of the Friends episode and I couldn't think of the actual movie
What Friends episode?
where they talk about how Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bruce Willis is a
I learned a
character in
lot.
Friends.
Yes,
Oh,
That's
The
confusing.
plot thickens.
Who's
and The Matrix.
he's in the Matrix?
No, I mean like it's like The Matrix where everything is connected. Just kidding. Sorry. Okay.
All right,
It is.
Elizabeth, for a potential 2
No.
points, you're going first with this quote. In the heat of battle, my father wove a tapestry of obscenity that, as far as we know, is still hanging in space over Lake Michigan.
I have no idea. Is it okay? Christmas movies?
Yeah. Over Lake Michigan.
You got the first word right.
Tapestry of obscenity.
See, I probably should know this. I'm just gonna take a watch. Is it Christmas Story? I
Yeah.
It is Christmas Story. You got 1 point there. There's no way in hell you're getting the actor, but go ahead, try.
I have no idea.
Gene Shepard.
I didn't
No,
have
we all
a
learned
chance to
Wait, he
something.
didn't get a chance to steal. Did you know? Did you know?
Oh my
no,
God.
I definitely didn't know.
Okay.
I like
You're
that
right.
honesty.
You're right. I
like that
violated the rules
honesty.
there, but thanks for the honesty.
That's right.
Okay.
Don't take that
You ready?
point.
All right, for that, Patrick, you got the next quote here. 2 potential points.
Careful now. Them be poison. Poison snakes. 1 minute you be a strapping young man like yourself, and the next, snap. You're dead meat.
You do not have to name the name of the snake actors, just the human actor.
Well, they weren't really.
Okay.
Pass.
Also a Christmas movie.
Pass. Elizabeth?
I don't want to ask you to do that again.
I'm very glad you don't. Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ernest Saves Christmas.
I was gonna. Joe, did you know? Okay.
No.
Yeah, I saw John in the
Ernest
audience.
Saves Christmas. Do you know the actor? It's Ernest. Ernest is not the actor's name; it's the character's name. No? Jim Varney. Okay.
Yeah.
Also deceased.
What
Yeah.
year
I
was
don't
that?
know who that is.
All right, we
You don't
got
know Jim, he was the voice of Wiener Dog in Toy Story.
Two more.
two more with Elizabeth.
Sorry, which is
And
really
Judd
funny.
Clampett in the Beverly Hillbillies movie, the 1990s movie.
Elizabeth currently in the lead, 4-3. You going first. There are two more potential questions here. So, Elizabeth, why, my sweet little tot, the fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side, so I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, and then I'll bring it back here.
The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Yes, and the actor?
Jim Carrey.
No.
Oh, it was at the
Doesn't
old.
deliver it that way.
It's the same line though.
Patrick has a
That's
chance to get a point here.
Confusing.
I don't know who the actor in the first movie was in the
Oh.
cartoon movie.
Double pass, Boris Karloff. Well, this is interesting because you've got 3 points. Elizabeth, you have 5 points. There's one left, but it's a potential 3 points for a potential tie. Or no, for a win for Patrick. That's how math works.
Wait, whose turn is it? Is it Patrick's turn?
Patrick's turn. Patrick's
All
turn
right.
to go first.
Ready?
Sure.
Confident.
All right. What's so funny? What are you laughing at? You did it again, didn't you?
Yeah.
You left the water running. What's wrong with you? Why do you do that? I told you not to do it.
Harry, it's our calling card.
Calling card.
All the great ones leave their mark. We're the wet bandits.
You're sick. You know that? You're really sick.
My favorite.
Come on.
Oh, Home Alone.
Wait, what's
Oh, one
Home Alone.
Yes.
point there.
Ooh.
But can you guess the two
I
actors?
cannot.
A pass?
A
I
pass.
wish I knew his name.
You have to know at least one of them.
Oh.
You got one. You got
Oh
one.
no, I know his name.
There's two actors.
I'll count to help you relax. 5, 4.
Oh my God, why can't I think of his name?
3, 2, 1.
Joe Pesci.
Joe
and
Pesci.
Daniel Stern.
Stern. But you know what? You won anyway because you were
Yes,
a point
you
ahead. You
did.
just won. You can't handle the quote.
Special thanks to our wonderful guest, Elizabeth Hatton. Wait for episode 222, which will be coming out soon, featuring the brethren of Tom Lalonde, Joe Lalonde. Tune in and please visit www.awesomonster.com for more info on future projects, social media links, and all the things that make life merry.
AWSM Radio.
We clapped for you last time, both of you two. So, you know. And now a song from Elizabeth Hatton, even though she is very, very sick.
So the title of this song is How to Be Human. And it was, you don't have to include the monologue, by the way, but but I wrote this after just witnessing some things, and I think it's actually really appropriate for tonight. I was thinking of doing a different one, but yeah, so that's the song.
I thought I knew what it was to be human. I thought I knew what it was to be human too. I wish I hadn't seen that part of you. Oh, but now I'm just seeing all the ways we can be human too. Naivete is a gift to those blessed with it. Ignorance is bliss only till you witness reality. is a lesson I never wanted to learn. But it's about time that I saw for myself the world. Oh, you must think I'm a fool. You must think I'm a fool. Well, maybe I am. Naivete is a gift to those blessed with it. Ignorance is bliss only till you witness reality. Then you're left wondering how this is reality. And how can we keep living this way? Seeing the other side of naivete.